Okay, so now once we've looked at the report and we start to figure out what we're going to work on based on the strands, we're going to go to Descartes, which is over here. Now, the Descartes continuum is based on math, and then they break it out by individual strand. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we have the strands of numbers and operations, measurement, patterns, algebra, geometry, data analysis, probability. I'm only going to look at number sense and operations. Also notice here that we have, okay, focus here. I feel like I'm talking to my students. We have the 161 and below. So what they're saying is that there really is nothing below 161. So now go again over here, and we have Jimmy, who's at the 159. We have a 160, 161, 164. We have these 160s here. So if you look over here, we have skills and concepts to develop, if we're at about the 161, and then skills and concepts to introduce, 161 to 170, RIT scores. So I can look down here and determine what skills my students need to be working on. Okay? So, as you are creating your next lessons and units in math, specifically on number sense and operations, you can divide up your students into the 160. So I would have one group divided into the 160s. So this is what I would do. Looking back over here at your report, I would generally divide up my group into three groups. So right now, just looking, I see I have the 180s, the 170s, and then the 150s and 160s. Those are my three groups. Professional judgment. Okay? So, again, I'm going to look over here, and we have 161, 160. Now, over here is another set, or the next set. All right? And it's the same, number sense and operations. And you'll notice what's interesting is that we have the below 161 now to the left, whereas before it was in the center. And now the 161, 160 to 70 is in the center. And NWEA does that, the Descartes does that, so that you can look at your focus and you can go a little below to enhance new skills. These are the ones you're going to focus on, you're developing. And then you have some students who need a little bit more, so you can introduce new concepts or skills. And then again, we have the next, for the next group. Now I'm looking at the group, the 170s group. So I might have a couple kids, or I might have a couple questions. Let's say I'm going to make a worksheet, something very generic. I can make three different worksheets. One set of worksheets based on the 161 to 170 group. Okay, and I can have a couple questions about that, and a couple questions in there. And then I can start to have more questions on that worksheet for my group number 2. Yeah, you like that? Okay, it's going to have these questions. And then my group 3s in the 180s to 190s. And I can do something there. And again, if I want to just get a different looking, a different view, the 191 to 200 category. Because remember, looking back over here, I did have a couple kids that were in the 190 to 192, so I might be able to have a question or two on that worksheet that's here. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of worksheets, but if that's what you're going to do, that's fine. But this is a great way to differentiate based on your map skills, your map RIT scores. You could create projects that are based on these. All right, thank you.